Hello, Storm Nation. I'm Andy Diercks. I'm the head coach at Mount Mercy University in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and I also coach on Team USA. I was asked by my friends at Storm to help with the Storm Evolution program and give you some tips for the college recruiting process and your college experience. So I came up with a top 10 tips that I think are really important to know as you start navigating the search to go to college bowling. So number one, probably the most important, is be assertive in the recruiting process. Don't be afraid to be the first one to reach out to a college that you might be interested in and express interest in their program. Don't ever assume that if a college does not reach out to you, that they are not interested in you. We don't have scouting budgets that can send people to all corners of the globe. And oftentimes, even if we know of a talented player, it doesn't mean that we necessarily know how to reach out to them. So if you are interested in a program, make sure you reach out. Many athletes recruit themselves to institutions and have great success at the next level. When you do reach out, make sure that you don't need to send it in the first contact necessarily, but if they are interested in seeing more, have some basic videos of you bowling. They don't have to be edited or super fancy or have graphics or anything like that. Just a basic video of you from behind and you from the side. Also, please don't send a social media link, because oftentimes we have to log in, we have to follow somebody, we have to find those things. Just send a simple 5-second clip that's taken from your phone is plenty good. They don't have to be perfect. Number two, a great way to narrow down places that you might decide to visit is to schedule Zoom calls with coaches. That way you can sort of see them in person and see kind of some personality things, which is much better than a phone call. And you might get some questions answered that help narrow down and check some places off the list before you ever take the time or the energy or the expense to go to visit. Number three, this is a common question I've been getting, I feel like more recently, is what is your coaching style? It is much better to ask players who bowl in that program what the coach's style is. They're going to give you a more accurate perception of the style. What I think my style is might be very different than what my players think my style is. So if you really want to know how the coach coaches, ask their players. Number four. This is another one of those really key ones. A common phrase that everybody's heard is money doesn't buy happiness, but it also doesn't buy growth. So you need to think about your college experience as a way to grow as a person, academically, and probably in your bowling game. I assume that's what you want to do. And I realize that college is very expensive and it's getting more expensive. So we want to minimize that cost as much as possible. But just because college A offers you X amount of dollars and college B offers you a little bit less does not mean that college B values you less. They might just have more budget constraints than college A. So don't see that as a value symbol. Still choose the place that's right for you. Hopefully you've acquired some scholarship money through SYCs and other events to help minimize that cost too, if those are available to you at that college. So in addition, make sure that you're looking at the bottom line number and not just the bowling scholarship amount to make your decision. So very often they're packaged from different buckets, but the total number is still very close to the same. Many schools offer very large academic scholarships, but not as much for athletic scholarships. And some package them opposite. Some only offer athletic, but don't offer academic, and vice versa. So again, look at what your total scholarship versus total expenses and what's the bottom line out of pocket. That's what really matters. And if it's a few thousand different, but you think you're going to have a much better experience and maybe launch your life better because of the education it provides in what you want to study, then it's probably worth that little bit of extra money. Number five, don't be afraid to take a chance on a solid vision with a solid program, even if they haven't been contenders in the top rankings yet. Many teams in college bowling are 3 to 5 players from being very serious contenders. And oftentimes it just takes the right people to take a chance on what they're trying to build. So if you believe in the institution, you believe in the vision of the coaching staff, and you believe in what they're trying to do, don't be afraid to take a chance. Number 6, if you are not interested in a college program, please be upfront and honest with the coaching staff and tell them, thank you very much for being interested, but this isn't a place I can see myself going, and end that so that we can redirect our energy and probably some budgeted scholarship money toward other folks. It's not mean to say that you're not interested, and nobody's going to be upset with you. We all just want you to find the best place for you, and that's okay. Number 7, don't choose a school just because your friends go there or your significant others go there. Make sure that the decision is based about where you want to be and where you can have the greatest experience possible for your needs. Your friends will still be there during college and after college if they're true friendships. Number 8, when you do visit with a school, either virtually or in person, ask questions. Come prepared with questions is very impressive. You should kind of have a priority list of things that you really want in a college, and that can generate questions as to how can this institution and this program help meet my needs and my priorities. That will help direct the conversation, and it will help get your questions answered. Secondly, your parents probably also have questions, which is appropriate and normal, and they should. They're a part of this process, but they should not dominate the conversation. The primary purpose of the conversation is for the student to decide if this is a place for them, and for the institution or the program to decide if this is the right fit as a student as well. And it's very difficult to ascertain that if the conversation is only between the parent and the coach. Number 9, this is a big one. Be ready to fail. College bowling is very hard. Oftentimes college you find much harder than your high school education. Straight A students will still get B's and C's occasionally in college. In fact, if it's super easy to get an A, I might be a little nervous about the quality education I'm getting. It shouldn't be super easy. College should be expanding your abilities and pushing you a little bit outside of your comfort zones. And failure is normal. The absence of failure equals the absence of growth. Always remember that. And finally, number 10, drama-free doesn't exist. As long as humans are around other humans, there is going to be drama. And let's be honest with ourselves, we love drama. The reason we watch movies, read books, watch TV shows, and engage on social media is because we like drama. We like the tea. We like those things. It's what our hearts and our minds are attracted to because we are a social species. What's important is if there's conflict on a team, how do they address conflict? How quickly is it addressed? And how do they manage through conflict? It's always going to happen. Anybody who tells you that we have a completely harmonious team and we never have any conflict or drama is not being truthful. So don't look for that place because it's not real, but you should probably ask some questions on how they handle drama or how they handle conflict between players, how those things are addressed. So that's all I have for today. If you have any other questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out to me directly. My email is adiercks@mtmercy.edu. Have a great day and go find the best place for you.